Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Sea of Thieves. In this episode, we'll be discussing the different emissaries and raid voyages. With the trading companies, you have the option to become an emissary to represent each company, and with being an emissary, you will be granted additional bonuses to reputation and gold to anything you sell for that company. But the title of emissary isn't just granted to anyone who shows up to these shores, for emissary is granted to those who have shown dedication to the company. For each trading company that offers the status of emissary, you must reach level 20 in that company first, excluding the Athenas, but we will cover the Athenas in the next episode. However, once you reach level 20 in the company you seek, you will then have to purchase the emissary license from the trading company representative found at any outpost. Once purchased, you will be able to vote up the emissary flag at the related emissary table. Once majority vote has been declared in your crew, the emissary flag will appear at the back of your ship and at the top of your main mast. The stern flag, stern meaning the back of the ship, will have the symbol of your trading company, while also having a company-specific trim at the end, while the flag on the top of the mast will be long and thin. Both flags will change as you level up your emissary status. While the stern flag will grow a ring in 5 portions, one for each of the levels, the mast flag will grow in length and tallies dependent on the level of emissary status. For every emissary level you gain on that server, you will be granted greater bonuses. Once you vote on an emissary, you will start at grade 1, with 0 bonuses to your emissary. But once you reach grade 2, you will be granted a 33% increase to all treasures sold to that company. Grade 3 will grant you a 67% bonus. Grade 4 a 100% bonus, and finally grade 5 will grant a 150% bonus. But to even level up your emissary grade, one must collect valuables that belong to that company. For example, for the gold hoarders, treasures include gold hoarder chests such as the seafarers and captain's chests, artifacts such as the silver cup and peculiar relic, and other neutral treasures such as treasure chests and the mermaid gems. In other words, as a gold hoarder emissary, you will get progression for your emissary grade for every treasure that you pick up, as long as it can be sold to the gold hoarders. For if you pick up an Order of Souls treasure item, it will not progress your gold hoarder emissary grade. Simply picking up these treasures will grant you progress, but also securing these items by placing them on your ship will also grant you progress. Other activities such as quest progression and completion, and slaying monsters such as krakens and megalodons will grant you emissary grade progression. There are exceptions to this rule, such as the merchant cargo crates and commodities, as you will only receive merchant emissary progression as you turn them in, while every other treasure will not grant emissary progression once sold. For the main trading companies, plus the Athenas, you will receive an additional bonus once you achieve grade 5 for the emissary. Once achieved, you will be granted an emissary quest, which will offer you treasure-rich quests on top of any other quest you may be doing. These quests tend to be more profitable than any other quest that you may find, but only once are they offered upon reaching grade 5. For if you seek these quests again, you must lower the flag and raise it again. Speaking of lowering the flag, you will be granted a reward for successfully lowering your emissary flag, receiving as high as 5,000 gold for a grade 5 lowering. This is to reward crews who survive while bearing the mark of their company. Speaking of bearing the mark of an emissary, there is no reward without risk. For if you bear the emissary flag, it sends a message to all of those who see you as someone who probably has loot, and with a flag that signals approximately how much loot you have. And even if you were to sell all your loot and keep the flag itself holds a pretty penny to any who can claim it. For if you were to sink while bearing the emissary flag, your flag will float to the surface along with any other loot and resources, allowing for anyone to snatch it and sell it to the nearest Reaper's Bones representative. The Reaper's Bones is known as an anti-trading company, which will accept any emissary flag sold to them, with any grade 5 flag being worth 10,000 gold base price. We will discuss the Reaper's Bones more in the next episode. So even if you have no loot on you, an emissary flag is a fine trophy for anyone looking for a fight. One additional fact for emissaries: for the merchants, the commodities can only be purchased if you are representing the merchant emissary. For more information regarding commodities, please check out my Merchant Alliance episode. One more bonus for emissaries is the emissary ledger. For every item you sell as a specific emissary, you will gain emissary value. This value can be seen at the bottom left of your screen whenever you sell items as an emissary for your company. But your progress for the ledger can be checked in the emissary ledger section of the trading company reputation tab. From here you can see what rewards there are to earn, and how close you are to earning them. If you keep your value by the end of the month, you will receive the reward listed in the ledger. And there are many months worth of rewards to claim for each of the trading companies, with cosmetics ranging from equipment to ship sales. Before we move on to the raid voyages, however, I must ask that you leave a like and subscribe. I would love to make a living off this channel, and any support you give will help me get there. But please make sure to ask any questions you may have in the comments. I will answer any and all questions regarding the Sea of Thieves. Now to raid voyages. I touched on this a little bit when I discussed each of the trading companies, but now I will go into great detail. I once explained that raid voyages are trading company exclusive world events. And now that we have covered all of the world events and encounters, I can explain the raid voyages. Once you enter the quest table and select the company you wish to work for, you will see an option for raid voyages, and in that tab you will see every world event and encounter I have discussed in previous episodes, excluding the Burning Blade. Each encounter and event ranging in difficulty from the measly Ghost Fort encounter to the Ghost Armada event. Now, normally, if you complete each of these events organically, you will receive consistent rewards that range across each of the trading companies. But once you complete these events as a raid voyage for a specific company, you will only get loot that can be sold to that company. Depending on the raid voyage you complete, you can receive different raid treasures. For the Gold Hoarders, you can receive the Hoarder's Reliquary. For the Order of Souls, you can receive the Eye of Souls. The Merchant Alliance has the Scrolls of Uncharted Waters, and the Athenas have the Talisman of Fortune. Depending on the raid voyage you complete, you can receive different raid treasures, ranging from 5,000 gold to 15,000 gold. However, the Ghost Forts are the only raid voyages that do not grant raid treasures upon completion. Another thing to note is that you must dive to another server for these raid voyages, so if you have any treasures on board or any alliance in the server, you will not be able to do a raid voyage without losing them. Or if there's a threat in the server, then diving to a raid voyage will swiftly save you from that threat while delivering you directly to your next adventure. However, diving does not mean you will be safe in the next server, since there very well may be threats headed to the same event/encounter you were starting. Many of those who seek action on the seas can find what they're looking for through raid voyages, since it may just put you right on the welcome mat of a server-wide war. You never know what you may come across just around the corner, so always dive with caution. But that is everything I have to offer in this episode. I hope I was able to teach you something new. The next episode will cover the Athenas and the Reapers. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.